It is 5:45 on July 22nd, 2025. We're gonna open up the special meeting of the village board, public hearing. Roll call, please.
Trustee Jen Christensen.
At the law
Here.
firm.
William Luther.
Here.
Nathan Ross.
Here.
Chris Samples.
Here.
John Talbot.
Here.
Patrick Rowland
Appropriations.
Jackson. President Rick Warren.
Here.
Brenda Omebini. Here. Clerk Lisa Lewis is absent. I'm Deputy Clerk of Floyd. Public Works Supervisor Brett Berkey.
Here.
Personally Brody Cook.
Here.
And Attorney Mark Hyman.
Yes. All right. Brenda? One more.
Well, let me just say before Brenda jumps into the details, per Illinois law, the notice of this hearing was published more than 10 days ago in the Eagle County Life. It's the appropriation ordinance has been available for inspection for at least 10 days. And so we are properly assembled. The law requires that this be passed before the end of the month, the end of the first fiscal quarter, by the end of the first fiscal quarter. So we are timely. Brenda, I will let you address whatever.
I believe everybody knows we have an extremely tight budget. Tap into a lot of reserves. We can get over line by line. I think we're just here to open it up to the public.
This is just the appropriation now, right? Not exactly what you're gonna spend, so it's kind of,
It's higher.
yeah, it's way higher. I hope it's higher. Holy crap.
It's designed to set a ceiling
Yeah,
that you
right.
cannot
No, I get
exceed
that.
except for certain.
But it's not the budget, it's just an appropriation.
Your point is now just open up to the public. Satisfy the requirement.
One public.
Do I need to be sworn in or I'm good to go at it?
You know what, because it is a public hearing, I can perform the swearing in if you,
Swear in, swear at.
Sure, you stand up and raise your right hand. I state your name.
And what?
I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Thanks, you're official.
Great. So, my comment is actually going to be questioning Mark's statement that this appropriations was publicly available for 10 days. It has not been on the website as it stated that it would be in the public notice, nor is there one available here at Village Hall readily available for the public to inspect. So I don't know how we're having a public hearing on an item that the public has not had an opportunity to review. So unless Rick can counter that discussion, this item has not been publicly available and I have not had an opportunity to look.
So the legal requirement is clear that it must be available for public inspection for 10 days prior. The method by which it's available, we generally recommend the easiest way is posting on the website. That's not a legal requirement, it's just usually the easiest way to do it. It can be fulfilled by being physically available on request at Village Hall. I can't speak to the day-to-day operations here to know whether either of those two things happened. They should have happened, or one of those things at minimum should have happened.
State that it's publicly available on our website at www.construction.com.
That would be ideal, but if it was available,
Was it available?
physically available at Village Hall.
What stupid, even password.
Is that
The
acceptable?
public notice stated that it was available online for the public.
Yeah, I believe,
I
I believe it stated both. It's certainly not ideal to over-represent where it was available. But if it in fact was available at the Village Hall for the last 10 days, then that satisfies your obligation.
Monday through Friday from 9 to 4, that's
That's-
absolutely appropriate, but I would say that Mr. Worm here has run on the platform of transparency. And it's not really transparent that it has not been available for the public outside of working normal hours. Has been unable to see it. It's also misleading that you posted in the paper that you're going to have it publicly available on your website and it's not there. On top of all of that, not only is the appropriation ordinance not there, the agenda for this meeting is actually listed underneath the regular board or the administrative board meeting at 6 p.m. This meeting isn't even posted on your website appropriately either, nor is it on the sign, nor how is the public supposed to know that you guys are talking about appropriations right now, besides one newspaper posting on the 7th.
Posted on the front door, is that correctly?
We're also obligated to have it online on our website.
Obligated or mandated?
Mandated.
That's law?
Yes.
If you have one full-time employee of a municipal government entity, you have to maintain a website. And by doing so, you have to publish your agenda minutes on the website.
And we failed to publish it on the website for this meeting?
It's on there, it's just misidentified.
Oh, well, there you go.
Over to you.
Tell me more. What is it? How is it listed? I'm sorry, I haven't been on your website.
It's listed under July 20, I'm looking at it right now, July 22nd, 2025, administrative board meeting and public hearing. The agenda is posted and the agenda is there linked and the agenda is correct. It is just mislabeled as a 6 p.m. on a clerical error that is being published on the website. I think it meets the requirements of the act.
I think so too, but in an abundance of caution, by the way, if I can get that wrong, I'll proceed later. We can reopen the public hearing at the top of the hour. It will not take very long. We can redo what we've done right now. Sandy, you obviously can restate for the record if you wish at that time your
Leave the hearing
objection.
Open through 6 p.m.
Can't we?
and then
Yeah,
ask
sure.
for question it again.
Sure, that works.
Reason to close and reopen.
Agreed.
Well, I think that's right. If anybody shows up at 6, I'll give them the benefit of what they missed at 5:45.
I have those 9 minutes to see a copy of the appropriations ordinance.
Yeah,
As it was not publicly available on our website as it stated it would be.
yes, I have a,
You have it.
If I didn't see it, well, didn't see it.
That's speculative.
Probably nobody, because nobody ever looks for that.
But Ryan, usually the other reviewer of this and
Who?
18 years, we haven't
I would Ryan.
3 people.
Ryan?
He's also the other reviewer of our appropriations.
Okay.
I'm not saying his last name for the record.
Oh, you don't have to. I just don't know who you're talking about.
You do if I said it.
Okay. I'm bad with names.
Eric, do you have any emails, phone calls, or messages to Village Hall asking for when our hours will open or be closed outside of any normal Friday, 9 to 4 hours in the past 10 days?
Or requesting access to this document.
I think he's in.
Is this something emailed out?
Yeah, they had something they're trying to improve.
Interest here could have still received this information, should they have requested it? Yeah.
yeah, just a PDF document.
I'm just curious.
Prior to the internet.
It said it's posted in the newspaper on July 7th, says it is publicly available at www.davisjunction.com.
And we appreciate all that information
Yeah,
and we will do our due diligence on future
unfortunately, we are human,
until we know, we don't know.
but we are within the legal requirements of law according to our attorney.
No.
Yes, that it's supposed to be.
Every single one of you has been here for more than one appropriation except for.
Which receipt did you need? Just either one. I could grab mine.
You
It's
can
a little
get
working
this
sound.
email.
A little one way on the side. Oh, let's look at the real time. It's only 53. You got something that's.
I thought you were getting something.
No, I don't want Tracy. Run go to Marshall paper.
What?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh.
There's any. What's the difference?
Yep.
Patience for it.
What else is here?
Probably digging together with meeting.
So you don't even live in David Shell. We're just waiting till 6 o'clock to resume.
But he can chime in. If you want to be part of the public now, you can be part of the public.
And was for you. Then you were entitled to that information.
Brought his cases though.
I have right here, special meeting at 5:45, I'm just late.
Because you were here in the last meeting when we announced it.
Well, no, I have it right here, actually, it says right here on the
It's
page.
on the agenda.
See, you are the media and you're entitled to that information and you have it.
Except
I feel very entitled, thank you.
Wonderful.
I feel like your transparency is questionable there, Rick.
You come back 4 years.
We are human and make mistakes.
They come back in 4 years.
This is like, it's like, yeah.
What the?
And
I
you
just meant
well
the you
know better
part.
for 20 years and know better.
You're going in the whole totally wrong direction.
She should have made us aware of it. She seated that with us.
Debatable.
Prior to the meeting.
No. It's all
Especially
about-
on Monday. Yeah.
Make mistakes. Not being required.
I don't know, I kind of what it is that.
I'll be just. I just wish I could go.
That never happens.
What's this cord for?
You know. No, that usually is.
Hey, Charles, just for the record, we do meet the legal requirements according to our attorney.
I really, it's an appropriation. You guys are-
Exactly.
Unless you guys are.
I'm about to go out and direct traffic for the people who are coming to it at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hey,
Plus, the woman coming up the door, shitting utility bill.
So get out there and start yelling, hear ye, hear ye.
What is this for?
If it wasn't so stupid, it would be funny.
You ever had Malort? My pronounce.
No, I was just talking about it the other night because I'm aware they're advertising campaign that it's a kind of
It's a yucky thing. They-
Well, right, but I just, a friend of mine had it, just the other, last week, and I think it's probably a matter of expectation. Because of its reputation, she was expecting it to be the worst thing she ever tasted. She didn't like it, but she said it wasn't awful. It was very-
My boss, he's got a shirt. He drank 3 and he said if you drink 3 of them in a row, they give him a shirt. So he
Yeah.
drank 3 of them in a row and he got pretty sick.
I'm gonna say the wrong thing. Malort's the alcohol. Semi.
The what?
The fertilized verdict. It's something like that too. My son had that when he was in Bahrain.
To me, Jägermeister was blue Windex. I had a blue Windex when it said blue Caraco. It was your birthday, so you had to drink it.
Yeah.
That, I think the blue Caraco had been the worst thing I've ever, it
When
was.
they're at it straight, I think it's usually like, added this on, it's like, wow.
We got enough.
So.
You wanna go take care of it for this week? Holy cow, man. All right.
Those kind of tons must be a lot less.
I need a gym membership now, Rick.
You know what he's gonna be like for the next 2 days.
So then we're gonna close the public hearing and open the other. Matt, you ever had Malort? Is it Malort or Malort? It's Malort. You drink Malort.
It is 5 in 2 minutes, folks.
Empty on the evening, are you all good on the inside? Yeah, Mark's gonna. Fill in all the highlights.
I can keep it here because this is where I come
Yep,
to do
yep,
whatever.
Finally, got it's gonna be a while to get up and running on that one, Matt. If the original person just put it down, like they always did.
Yeah.
Balut.
Yeah.
Huh?
Balut.
Malut, is that what it is?
BALUT. Balut. My son had that when he was in Bahrain.
My dad said sake would knock you on your butt.
Saki's not really. Fertilized bird egg delicacies balloon developing duck embryo that's incubated from periods and.
Yeah, Dan was here for the country homes meeting.
Common
So I snagged him before the meeting started. He forwarded on. So after that gets all done, we'll just get hold of whichever the farmer was.
So we don't have to recall this out or
Okay.
So we're gonna
You missed it.
Oh.
So we're. Oh, we had a public here. Extended, it's the first meeting. Up into our other one. You're up.
We are still in the midst of a public hearing to clarify any confusion for people that believe that this was going to start at 6 o'clock pursuant to a potential clerical error on the website. I will reiterate for the record that notice of the appropriations public hearing was published in the Oakville County Life more than 10 days ago. And the appropriations ordinance has been available at Village Hall during regular business hours for a period of at least 10 days.
On request.
And with that comment in place, if anyone wants to give an overview or repeat an overview or invite additional comment from the crowd beyond what we've already had, we can swear in any additional speakers who would like to speak.
Would you like to reiterate what you said?
Nope, it is just a budget appropriation, it's not our actual line item budget.
Exactly.
I wasn't done speaking before we went into break.
Would have thought. Go ahead.
Now that I've had an opportunity to review it, could somebody please explain to me why we have a $3 million deficit, but yet we're still spending money on an additional special meeting for something that could have been done during an admin meeting?
She wants to know why we're having a separate special meeting instead of having it part of the admin meeting. If we have a $3 million budget.
Where?
The employees don't need to be.
To have a public hearing separate from an admin meeting, and the only person who really is enjoying this is John, he got 2 paychecks today for that.
If the answer to that.
I don't.
They will
For the
require.
So,
appropriations
for this
hearing to be separate from the
Because
administrative.
Not really.
It's not, we have done it inside
Doesn't
the
matter.
administrative hearing,
Yeah,
or the administrative meeting for the last couple of years.
Well, this
That
time we're out.
recommendation, by the way, oh, yes, a link to
But we-
incorporate it in to save some
It has to be
money.
a separate hearing, but it can be open and closed during the same process.
Yes. Yes,
So it's technically a separate hearing, whether they schedule it at 5:45 or 6.
because they scheduled it as a
Board
special
decision.
meeting, you're now paying. I'll guesstimate $600-700 for every person to be in this room, but we're passing a $3 million deficit, so why aren't we being conscious of the money that we're spending? I'm looking at you, Rick.
We are. We understand we're at a $3 million budget because of a project that we're doing.
Actually, 2 projects.
It does.
And you are not being.
Well, then we should worry about oversight instead of repaying.
And that's your opinion. It is your opinion. It is absolutely.
Why-
It's your mouth running, so therefore it's your opinion.
Then why did you have a separate special meeting?
Because we did.
I asked that, here's what I'm gonna say, you guys are gonna pass the $3 million deficit budget or appropriation, and I'm fine with that, because I do realize that it's the projects. I ask that each one of you though, take a hard look at those pennies, because as somebody who sat on the other side of that table, I understand that there is absolutely way to save pennies here and there, and they absolutely add up, and you're looking at a huge deficit. And then a change order on top of it coming. You're only continuing to add to it, so try to be better spenders of the public funds.
Right, you realize that some of this spending has been, or some of the projects have been out of our control because it's been controlled by state.
I do, but this meeting was not. This meeting was in your control because choose to spend the money. That's where I'm getting at, Jen. Pay attention to the dollars.
But it's not, no, I'm.
Okay.
Till it comes.
Anybody that's gonna speak though needs to direct the chair, not to the individuals. If I need help from them, I will reach out to them.
Then please pay attention to the dollars and try to be a little bit more fiscally responsible is all I'm asking for your $3 million deficit of a budget.
We will. Thank you for your time. Anybody else? Charles?
And I repeat from last night, don't drag me there. An innocent bystander. I'm gonna live here.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
You have something to say before?
No,
that?
I was gonna.
William made a motion to close the public hearing. Chris seconded. Any discussion on closing?
Yeah, you guys might want to vote on that first.
There is no.
Did you have agenda too? Sorry, I didn't look at that.
Things can't be approved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. We are adjourned at, my phone will work, 6:05.